Hey YouTube friends, welcome back to the channel. Look, I genuinely love my Thousand Trails membership. Embarrassingly, unapologetically, absolutely love it. But today, I'm going to tell you who should not buy a Thousand Trails membership because I've scoured the internet, talked to people who absolutely hate their membership, and found that I can break their dislikes into a few categories. And let me tell you, there are some of you that if you buy this membership, you're going to be absolutely miserable, and I'd rather you hear it from me first than after you've spent thousands of dollars and find that you hate the membership. So let's get into it. Real quick for the newcomers, what is Thousand Trails? Thousand Trails is a discount camping membership program whereby you pay your membership fee and then you're able to use your 80 plus Thousand Trails core parks, and if you do the Trails Collection add-on, over 100 Trails Collection parks. That basically gives you about 200 campgrounds across the country that you camp in for one low annual fee or monthly fee depending on what type of plan you have. My average cost to camp, $10 per night. You can't beat that. However, I want to give you the big if right at the beginning. This is a discount camping program. It is not a luxury camping program. Keep that in mind as we walk through who shouldn't buy a Thousand Trails membership. Person number one, the luxury seeker. If you join Thousand Trails, it's like paying for a La Quinta. If you're expecting Ritz-Carlton level service and turn down service with chocolates on your pillow, that's not going to happen. So stop right there. Let's be honest, these are older properties with paint jobs dating back to 1994. No, I'm kidding, not kidding. Sometimes the sites need a little, or even a lot, of TLC. They are not fancy, and the amenities tend to be dated as the campground's dated. But do the math. As I mentioned earlier, my average cost to camp at night at Thousand Trails Park is $10. Some KOAs in Margaritavilles are pushing $200 a night, where I've stayed at Thousand Trails Park right next to a KOA. My Thousand Trails cost tonight, $10. The KOA, $120 a night. What do you expect? That's a big difference. Person number two, the person that wants short stays. If you're a 1 to 2 night kind of traveler, Thousand Trails may not be your jam. These parks want you to unhook, unwind, set up, and stay a little while. Most memberships allow at least a 14, many a 21-day stay, and there's a reason for that. The folks that utilize Thousand Trails tend to stay their full 21 days. While some parks are fairly close to interstates, many are out of the way and far away destinations. They're not places you just drive to on a whim. Moreover, because the sites tend to be tight and sometimes unlevel, getting set up can take a hot minute. They're not really designed for you to roll in for one night, and because they're often back-end sites with very few pull-through sites at many parks, you're frequently going to have to unhitch. Moreover, because the parks set the rules, some parks won't let you check in after 5 p.m. Other parks will let you check in up to 8 or 9 p.m., but some are pretty limited and pretty strict on when you can check in. So this is not a program for folks who just want to come in for 1 or 2 nights, for the most part. Now, if you're in a van, absolutely. But if you're in a full-size rig and you want to stay 1 or 2 nights, you're probably better off at looking at something like Passport America. Person number three, the super big rig guy. If you got a massive rig, Thousand Trails may not be the best fit for you. I'm not saying that you can't find campgrounds that'll accommodate a massive rig. I'm telling you that your options are going to be a lot more limited. Look folks, most of these campgrounds were designed in the 70s and 80s. Back then, a 35-foot rig was ginormous, with the average being less than 30 feet. Today's 45-plus foot rigs, look, these campgrounds just weren't designed for that. I'm not telling you that you can't find sites. I'm going to tell you that your options are going to be more limited. I recently saw a guy complain because he had bought a Thousand Trails membership and he had to unhook his 91-foot rig at every campground. Really, dude? 91 feet? Good luck finding a campground anywhere in America that can accommodate that. But particularly these parks that are older and just simply weren't designed for that. There are whole communities, both on Facebook and YouTube, dedicated to folks using big risky travel Thousand Trails. And before you buy, I suggest you check out those communities. Person number four, the wing it crowd. If you're the kind of person that wakes up Tuesday to decide what you're doing on Friday, Thousand Trails may not be the membership program for you. Popular parks fill up fast. That's why my Adventure membership has a 180-day booking window, and I'm booked out a full 180 plus days. As soon as that window opens, I'm on the computer booking my reservation. If you want to know how I use AI to maximize my Thousand Trails membership, check out my video here on how to use AI to maximize your Thousand Trails membership. Personally, I've only been locked out of Thousand Trail Parks twice. Once on the 4th of July weekend when I tried to book 4 days ahead of time, and another where I had a rig issue and tried to book the weekend a couple of days ahead of time to find no spots available in the state of Pennsylvania during the summer. Again, that was entirely on me. But for high demand areas during peak season, you can bet you're going to have to plan ahead, because you do risk getting locked out of parks if you wait past your booking window. So if you're the kind of person that's not good at planning, this may not be the membership for you. Hey, real quick. If you're enjoying this video, please hit the like and subscribe button, turn on notifications, and drop me a line in the comments. Let me know your favorite Thousand Trails park and your favorite Thousand Trails tip for maximizing your Thousand Trails membership. On with the video. Person number 5, the inflexible traveler. If you aren't willing to be flexible, especially in high use areas during peak times, Thousand Trails is going to absolutely frustrate you. You want to know who wants to be in Florida for winter? Everyone. Literally everyone. As the campgrounds in the Northeast close, all the snowbirds migrate down, causing incredible stress on the Thousand Trails system. So what does that mean? If you want to go to Florida during the winter, you're going to be juggling high-use restrictions in a high-use area during a high-use time. That means you're going to have to be incredibly flexible. Maybe you get 10 days, maybe you get 14, maybe you get your full 21. Maybe you're going to a city you hadn't intended to go, maybe you're driving a little bit out of your way. If you want to stay entirely in the system, where you go and when and what parks you stay at are a matter of flexibility during peak times and peak use areas. My understanding is the West Coast is a little bit less hectic. Just be aware that if you're a completely inflexible traveler and you'd rather absolutely dictate your own schedule, Thousand Trails may not be the right fit for you. Or alternatively, you may want to consider combining Thousand Trails with other options and using Thousand Trails where it fits naturally in your schedule. You can still get a heck of a deal and drive down your cost per night significantly. Person number 6 and 7, the person who refuses to learn the system and the person that has overly high expectations. They kind of go together. Let me tell you, the rules on Thousand Trails can be quite complex. Between your membership, the different high-use restrictions, high-use preserves, 14-day, 21-day, park-to-park, no park-to-park, trails collection to trails collection, 90-day booking window, 180-day booking window, and all the other weird rules, Thousand Trails can be a complex system. Watch here to watch my video on how to maximize your Thousand Trails membership. If you're somebody who's willing to dive into those rules, understand them, and make sure you're maximizing them for your benefit, you will thrive in the Thousand Trails system. If you decide that's too complex and you're not going to take the time to learn how to properly use your membership, you're probably going to run into some booking nightmares and be constantly frustrated. The other person who's going to hate Thousand Trails, and this is the number one complaint I hear, is somebody who has overly high expectations. Look, folks, as I mentioned earlier, this is a discount camping program. If you're expecting a Ritz-Carlton and you get a La Quinta, you're going to be disappointed. If you expect a La Quinta and you get a La Quinta or better, you're probably going to be pretty happy. As I mentioned earlier, these parks are older, some of them need some TLC, some of them are very dated, some of them leave a lot to be desired, but some of them are absolute gems. You kind of have to roll with it. And even within each park, the other thing I want to talk to you about is site choice. If you're into super premium sites, you may be disappointed in your Thousand Trails membership. You look online, you see these beautiful concrete pads, and you think that's what I'm getting. But the reality is, most Thousand Trails sites are gravel or grass. There are premium sites at the campground, but those are usually reserved for retail customers paying $80+ a night. Most of the folks who I meet who are disenchanted either overly relied on a membership specialist who wasn't quite candid with them, or they failed to do their own online research. Knowing what you're getting beforehand and entering with your eyes wide open is your recipe to be completely happy with your Thousand Trails membership. If you have overly high expectations or you want a luxury campground, this is not your program. So in my opinion, is Thousand Trails the absolute best discount camping program out there? Absolutely. I totally love my membership. But it's not for everyone. And I'd rather you know that going in than be disappointed after you spent thousands of dollars. If you think you may still be a good fit for Thousand Trails, please check out my referral link in the comments. It'll hook you up with a membership specialist I trust. We can often save you hundreds and hundreds of dollars off the published price on the Thousand Trails website, and you'll get a free, no obligation consultation with a membership specialist I trust. If you do decide to buy a membership, you'll benefit the blog at no cost to you. And if you like this video, please smash that like and subscribe button, turn on notifications, drop me a line in the comment. Let me know your favorite tip for maximizing your Thousand Trails membership. And if you're new to Thousand Trails, let me know if you think you're going to join. Can't wait to hear from you. As always, thanks for watching. Take care.